Hi guys, so in today's video we're going to be talking about Paula Llewellyn, and Paula Llewellyn is the director of prosecution in Jamaica that handled the Vybz Kartel case, and since his appeal case is on the forefront now, I wanted to backtrack a little bit and to talk about the person that put them in the place that they are, which is in jail in the first place. And we're going to be talking about Paula Llewellyn. Paula Llewellyn is the first female DDP in Jamaica ever. Okay, she's a director of public prosecution, and to me personally, she has a reputation to uphold because she is someone that put away a lot of well-known people in Jamaica, like Christopher Dudley's Coke, Vybz Kartel, Ninja Man, just to name a few of the high-profile cases that she has handled. Unlike other DDPs before her, Paula Llewellyn actually went through a rigorous process to get to the position she is in right now. Paula Llewellyn actually applied for the position she is in, while other previous DDPs before her was just recommended by the Prime Minister. So we're going to be talking about three key things in the Vybz Kartel case that she let sweep under the rug, which cost them their lives, and why this appeal case is going to go in favor of the defendants because she messed up. And before we go into those three things, we're actually going to talk about what is a director of prosecution. A crown prosecutor is a provider of public service. The public on whose behalf prosecutions are conducted have an interest in our operations, and we have a duty to account to the public we serve. It is in recognition of this responsibility that our role, duties, performances, challenges, and achievements are laid out. A crown prosecutor is guided and governed by the Constitution of Jamaica and the laws of the country, and has a duty to treat all people equally in accordance with the law. A crown prosecutor also has the duty to protect and promote the human rights of all citizens. Let me read that again. The duty to protect and promote the human rights of all citizens. It didn't say some citizens because them are artists and them sing about skin out your pum pum and suck this and suck that. It says all citizens with exception to none. To serve the public interests, inclusive of the rights of the victim, the alleged offender, conscious of the need to be accountable and transparent, okay? Transparent in the execution of our duties. This delicate balance can only be kept by strict adherence to the law. We need patience, training, public understanding, and a firm resolution to do what is correct. So the three things we're going to be talking about that she lets go unnoticed in this case, which could have exonerated Vybz Kartel and his three co-accused, are: the first thing we're going to be talking about is the juror that tried to bribe the other jurors to come back with a guilty verdict. And if you guys did not know, bribery is illegal in Jamaica. It's a crime, and you can actually go to jail for this. This is something that Paula Llewellyn let slip or swept under the rug when the Vybz Kartel case was going on. And there is a course of action that you should take when bribery is alleged in a case. The course of action is you need to let the defense lawyer know, the judge know, then all three parties, the prosecution, defendant, and the judge, go into deliberation and agree on whether they're going to dismiss that particular juror that did the bribery or alleged bribery. They're going to dismiss the whole jury and get new jurors, or they're going to start over the whole trial in its entirety. So that is the course of action that should have taken place in the Vybz Kartel case that did not take place under Paula Llewellyn's watch. The second thing we're going to be talking about is tampering with evidence. And we know that there actually was a case where they tampered with the evidence that they used in the Vybz Kartel's case, because the police officer actually acknowledged and said that when he was doing his testimony in the Vybz Kartel case that he only used the phone to make one call. Okay, and this is the same phone that is in question that they claim Vybz Kartel is acknowledging the fact that he killed Clive Williams or Lizard and him chop up him fine. So if this is one of your key pieces of evidence, you're going to make sure that it is safe, and you're going to make sure that nothing happens to it that could jeopardize your case, which Paula Llewellyn let slip and didn't do anything about. And this would put a big wrench in the prosecutor's case because the police actually tampered with evidence. So now that a police officer tampered with evidence, people can say that the police officers tampered with the messages that Vybz Kartel is allegedly saying that he killed Clive Williams or Lizard. They can say that they need that evidence thrown out of court because it was tampered with. And also, we know now that the phone in question was the same phone that Vybz Kartel's private personal pictures were leaked from. So his phone, the whole thing with Lisa Hype, was that same phone that this police officer tampered with. And the phone evidence was one of the biggest evidence in the prosecutor's case. And another thing, the prosecutor is the one that actually says whether or not they're going to charge the juror that attempted to do the bribery in the trial, and she actually did not charge her, which is ironic to me. The next piece of evidence we're going to be talking about is the whole metadata that we now know was created 6 weeks before the victim's death. So it says the metadata for one of the damning text messages which prosecutors used to convict top entertainers Vybz Kartel and Sean Storm of murder was created 6 weeks before the victim's death, one attorney has told the appeal court. Bianca Samuels, one of the attorneys for Sean Storm, was referring to the text message reportedly found on one of the mobile phones taken from Vybz Kartel, in which it was said that Clive Lizard Williams chop up fine. So if you're going to actually commit a crime, why would you say you have commit a crime 6 weeks before you have done said crime? It does not make any sense whatsoever. That does not make any sense. And that's something, if you are a director of prosecution, you're going to make sure that is solid, rock hard evidence that cannot be thrown out, which Paula Llewellyn neglected and failed to do in the Vybz Kartel's case. And a lot of people are going to say, what is metadata and why is it important in the Vybz Kartel case? Metadata is data serves to provide context or additional information about other data. For example, information about the title, subject, author, typeface, enhancements, and the size of data file of a document constitute metadata about the document. It may also describe the conditions under which the data stored in a database was acquired, its accuracy, date, time, method of compilation, and processing. And why is this important in the Vybz Kartel case is because the phone or the text messages that they allege that Vybz Kartel was saying he killed Clive William Davis was one of the most damning in his case in particular. So this was what they actually convicted Vybz Kartel on. Now we know that this data or these messages was created 6 weeks prior to when the prosecution claimed that Clive Williams or Lizard was killed, which does not make any sense at all whatsoever. So that's why it's important in the Vybz Kartel case, and that's why they're using it in the appeal case right now in Jamaica. And Paula Llewellyn is not only the first female DDP in Jamaica, she published Jamaica's first manual on prosecution in 2016. So the manual is a compilation of directions and guidelines that promote clear instructions and guidance to Jamaica's prosecutors. So not only did she didn't write a book on being a lawyer or write a book about her experience being a director of prosecution in Jamaica. She wrote Jamaica's manual on being a prosecutor. And this says a lot because she let 3 big things go unnoticed, or she neglected 3 big things in Vybz Kartel case. And she has been in the DDP position for 10 years. So the things that she let slip should have never gone unnoticed or neglected in this case, seeing that she wrote a whole manual on how to be a prosecutor. And if I was a lawyer in Jamaica, I definitely wouldn't want to read this manual because it shows how unethical she is, and the things that she swept underneath the rug are not small things. You're talking about bribery and tampering with evidence. These are big things that can exonerate Vybz Kartel and his 3 co-accused that she let go unnoticed, or she neglected or swept underneath the rug. So for her to hold this position for so long, I would expect that she has experience and knowledge about being a lawyer and the course of action to take when there's bribery or tampering with evidence in a case as high profile as the Vybz Kartel case. So if she let 3 big things like these go unnoticed or neglected or swept underneath the rug, imagine people who she has convicted of crimes in Jamaica that does not have the money to spend on high profile lawyers like Vybz Kartel has now, and other people that she has convicted that have gone to jail for a long time. Imagine all the other stuff that she has let slide or go unnoticed in other people's cases. Just saying. And also in the Ninja Man case, there was a lot of things in the Ninja Man case that did not make sense, just like this case right now don't make much sense. But she was also the one that convicted Ninja Man. She was the director of prosecution, and she was the one that sent Ninja Man to jail. And it sounds also familiar to the Vybz Kartel case. But that's neither here nor there. So what I want my audience members to tell me is comment in the comment section and tell me if you think that all her cases need to be looked up, or they need to go back and look into all the cases that Paula Llewellyn have been the director of prosecution for, because it's some of the things that she has done in the Vybz Kartel case are very unethical. And if you were in a position like Vybz Kartel, I don't care if you don't like his music or you don't like him as an artist or you think he's guilty. Things like these are not supposed to be swept underneath the rug, especially when you're talking about people's lives. Okay, they were sentenced to 25 years to life. These are people with family members and children that you have ruined their life, essentially, that you can't give them back the years that you have taken away. So you need to do due diligence when you are a DDP. Okay, so comment in the comment section and tell me if you guys think that all her cases need to be looked at, and look if she's even supposed to be in the director of prosecution office, because a lot of things she has done is very unethical to me, and I don't know how she's still in the position that she is still in Jamaica. But them say money talk and bullshit walk, and them put who them want in certain position in Jamaica. So comment in the comment section. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to your girl here on YouTube. I'm up out of here, man. Deuces.